has been arrested. He and 5 others are accused of operating an illegal gambling business. The Department of Justice says they had high-stakes poker games at Arenas' Encino mansion. Arenas is charged with
I still don't understand what's wrong with that.
1 count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business, 1 count of operating an illegal gambling business, and 1 count of making false statements to federal investigators. He's expected to appear in court this afternoon in downtown LA. We will continue to follow this story throughout the day here on Eyewitness News.
You want ads that drive results. That's why we built Roku Ads Manager. Sign up at ads.roku.com.
However you book your hotel, first check Kayak to see what lots of people say about where you're planning to stay. Then do what people...
The headline for this Gilbert Arenas arrest made this situation sound even crazier than...
Maybe it's not expected every crime figure was. Dang, they said suspected Israeli crime figure. That's crazy. The stuff they be adding to you.
What it already is. Like, it's already crazy Gilbert Arenas is being arrested by the feds. But to say that Gilbert Arenas is being arrested by the feds and his co-defendant is somebody tied to an organized crime organization in Israel, it's crazy. Like, bro, what type of stuff are you getting into?
Oh, it's that and Israel crime figure. Oh, okay. I read that wrong.
Sir? So the official headline is a former NBA star
Gilbert telling.
Gilbert Arenas, a suspected Israeli crime figure, were arrested today on federal indictment alleging they operate an illegal gambling business in which high-stakes poker games were played at an Encino mansion Arenas owned. My biggest question whenever I get news like one of these multi-super rich millionaires dudes are involved in organized crime, it's like, why? Like, was there a financial incentive here? You're Gilbert Arenas. Like, bro, your podcast make $1 million a month. You probably got about like 20 or 30 M's left over from the NBA alone. Your son about to be, well, he's been injured, but your son might just be a lottery pick in the NBA. So
for sure, Elijah Arenas going lottery.
You good in that regards. Your other son looking like he's going to be a lottery pick in the NBA as well if he grows a couple more inches.
His daughter too.
Bro, you set for life. You don't need the extra money from crime. You just don't. So when I read exactly what took place and I read the indictment, Gilbert Arenas himself never participated in the high-stake poker games or the illegal gambling. Gilbert Arenas was sitting at the top of the food chain because he owned the mansion and he rented out the mansion and he got a portion of the proceeds. So if this is an international crime boss who's running this, and this is high-stakes poker, we're talking about millions of dollars on a daily basis is coming in and out of that mansion. And
no wonder that podcast looking crazy like that. But dang, Gilbert Arenas might come cut his head off.
Gilbert Arenas got a cut of it. First thing I noticed, none of this dude's like co-defendants got English names, homie. All his co-defendants, man, Yagivani Grossman, Ivajani Tokafakasic, Alan Australia, Jahan Cohen.
He reading these names well though.
No. We know what this is, homie. Ivakan Krashak. So all his co-defendants are from Israel, Israelis. Okay. So the indictment says former NBA star Gilbert Arenas and 5 other defendants, including a suspected high-level member of an Israeli transnational organized crime group, were arrested today on a federal indictment alleging they operated an illegal gambling business in which high-stake poker games were played at an Encino mansion Gilbert Arenas owned. Now, it says that Gilbert Arenas, Agent Zero of Woodland Hills, is charged with 1 count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business, 1 count of operating an illegal gambling business, and 1 count of making false statements to federal prosecutors. Now, each one of these charges got a maximum of 5 years. So he's facing 15 years.
Dang. He ain't gonna get no years. Gilbert ain't going to jail.
Maximum, okay? He is scheduled to make, so right now he's still in custody, by the way. So he's scheduled to make his initial appearance and be arraigned this afternoon. Now, when you like scroll down and you read this, like Gilbert Arenas never really gambled, but he was getting proceeds from the illegal operation that was going on in his mansion. And these people were operating this like a legal casino. You would think if this was like illegal and not allowed and something that faced this much of like severe punishment, you would think that these people wouldn't be operating this as like flamboyantly as they were. So, according to the indictment, on July 15th and until today, from September 2021 to July 2022, Gresham, Arenas, and other defendants operated an illegal gambling business. Arenas, this is his role in it. He rented out an casino mansion he owned for the purpose of hosting high-stake illegal poker games at Arenas' direction. Now,
So he didn't really know for real. Well, he knew, but he didn't really care what's going on. He just wanted the money. I respect
they're
it.
claiming that Arenas was the one at the top. Now, I don't think that Gilbert Arenas is bossing around a transnational crime boss, but they claim that Gilbert Arenas
I wonder who snitched and how they figured out. That's what I'm wondering.
directed Arthur and West Hollywood, staged the mansion to host the games, found co-conspirators
But why is this illegal though? I still understand why is this illegal.
to host the games, and collected rent from the co-conspirators on Gilbert Arenas' behalf. So, now, I'll be real. This is worse than I thought. I was thinking that these dudes approached Gilbert Arenas and said, hey, bro, we want to host high-stake poker games here. Can we rent out the mansion and we'll give you a fee? They're saying, nah, Gilbert Arenas came up with this idea on his own. Yo, hold on, man. For we can have multi-million-dollar deals going on in this mansion that I don't use, and they can just pay me. Oh, no. So Gilbert Arenas is who sought out the crime bosses. This is crazy, okay?
Oh,
So
nah, that's crazy. Come on, Gilbert.
it goes on. Gresham to Vakashaki, Austria, and Cohen managed illegal pot limit Omaha poker games, among other illegal games, at the casino mansion, and collected a rake. It's a fee the house charged from each pot, either a percentage or a fixed amount per hand, and invited players to compete. They also hired young women who, in exchange for tips, served drinks, provided massages, offer companionship to the poker players. Hold on, bro. Hold on. They got trafficking included in this?
Come on, man. That ain't trafficking, bro. Come on, that ain't trafficking, bro.
The women were charged a tax, a percentage of their earnings from working the games. So understand what's happening here, bro. A tax from working the games. They were offering companionship. Man, bro, they was selling coochie in there, bro. Hold on, bro.
Man, don't put that on them. Don't put that on them.
Oh, Gilbert, you messed up, bro. Gilbert, nah, bro. This is, bro, you had like a Diddy party mixed with an Italian mob style. Nah, this is crazy, bro. So chefs, valets, and armed security guards also were hired to staff these illegal poker games. Krishan worked as a chip runner in which the track player wins and losses, distributed poker chips to players, and pay employees. Okay, you imagine being a police, right? And you just driving by one day, not really understanding what's going on. You just driving by doing your routine shift run. And you see armed security outside. You see Bugattis and Rolls Royces being valeted.
Like an Illuminati party.
Like, bro, like you see girls walking in like poker uniforms. You asking yourself, wait, what's going on here? Now, it's unclear exactly how they got caught. I guess we'll find out once the
That's what I'm wondering.
indictment gets uploaded. But this is bad, man. This is bad. And Gilbert Arenas was just on a podcast making fun of Malik Beasley and his illegally gambling situation. Yo, gambling is
It is true. I seen that.
whooping y'all behinds, man. Y'all got to give it up at
Killing
this point, man. But y'all let me know in the comment section, man. What do you guys think about these two stories? And yo,
It's crazy.